and welcome back to Rise and Align, where we talk about all things high vibrational. We are your hosts, Demi and
Halie. Welcome back. If you are a returning listener, we appreciate you. And if you're new, welcome. Today we are talking about how you can dress to manifest. Did you know that what you wear can elevate your vibrational energy and can help you get into alignment? We act and attract based on how we feel. So if we can change how we feel by aligning our outfits with how we want to feel, we can then call more of our desired feelings and experiences just by changing how we dress.
So, as I'm always saying, everything is made up of energy, and how we feel is the conscious awareness of the frequency that we're vibrating at. And we're always acting out of those feelings. So there have been lots of studies done on self-image and self-concept. One book I really love, it's called Psycho-Cybernetics, talks about how the way that you feel about yourself and the concept and perception that you hold about yourself determines how you act, and even whether you're going to be successful or not in life, in dating, in every area of your life. So how you choose to dress can actually be a huge determining factor in the quality of your life.
Mm-hmm. I was actually just listening to this story by a woman who she was diagnosed with some sort of cancer, and instead of that getting her down, she decided, you know what, I'm not going to fall into this trap. I am still going to dress up. I'm still going to look good. And she made an intention every morning when she got ready. She wanted to dress with strength. She wanted something that made her feel strong, who made her feel brave, and made her feel healthy. So every morning, using that as her guide when she got dressed, it influenced how she felt. And it is believed that that actually helped her live longer. And it improved her circumstance with her diagnosis, which I think is pretty amazing.
I think that really is too.
Mm-hmm.
I once saw a documentary where a woman was also diagnosed with cancer, and she chose, instead of doing chemotherapy, she rented a hotel room and watched comedies all day long with her loved one, and did that for a month or two. And because she was in such a better mood and her body felt better, she actually started to heal through that. So I completely believe that, dressing to feel strong would actually strengthen you. And it changes not only your hormones and, the neurochemistry in your brain, but also your actions. And, that's really what's creating the way that you feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. There's studies that show when people dress better or more in alignment with themselves, they have, we just said it changes your feelings, and it can make you feel more confident. It can make you feel powerful, and it changes how you're perceived in the world. So depending on how you dress, you can receive better service at a restaurant. You can receive better opportunities. You can invite relationships or friendships with people who are more loving or are just overall better people. I think that, the energy of what you're wearing or how you feel based off of what you're wearing is obviously going to influence what you're attracting out in the world as well.
So I love that. Two things you said. One is dress in alignment with yourself. And two, I think is really important to note, you're dressing for the occasion, what feels right for you for this specific occasion and for what you desire to achieve within that experience. And then the other thing is, how you dress is going to change how others perceive you. So there's actually a ton about color psychology and, what each color not only represents, but also what different people feel when they see that color. And then I was watching videos on this prior to doing this video because I wanted to make sure that I was not saying anything crazy. And they said that it actually depends on what culture you grow up in, how you're going to perceive different colors. So it's actually taught to us. It's another subconscious learned behavior is how we feel about each color.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I think, and you're always saying you can be intuitive with this, everything we talk about, she's always like, you can do it intuitively. And I'm always like, she's right. We should do everything intuitively. She's right. Scorpio. But she's right. And the thing about color and clothes is that you need to do it intuitively, because it matters more how you feel, because that's going to determine how you act towards other people. So if you feel confident, you're more likely to, be outgoing and talk to others and be kind. If you feel good about yourself, then you're going to be giving out that vibration. Whereas if you're dressing to impress another person, you might not be in alignment with yourself. You might not feel like your truest, most authentic and confident self. And when you're acting out of inauthenticity, then you attract inauthenticity into your reality as well. So it's just really so interesting. And clothing for both of us has always been something we just love doing, and you never know like what we might dress up like some days we're more formal and classy, and some days we're more like trendy, and some days we're witchy, and some days we're hippie, cozy. And some days we're cozy, and some days we're cottage core. But every day I think that we both have fun dressing up. And I noticed that if there's a day where like I was in a rush, or I just don't have anything in my closet that I love, and I don't take the time to like find an outfit that makes me feel good, then I don't feel as good that day.
Yes,
and then same with vice versa. It totally does. Like when you have an outfit that you love, I always have the best day.
Yes, it's so true, because you're acting out of the emotion of how that outfit makes you feel.
Yes, you become that person. So when I had done consulting through Proctor Gallagher, there was a lesson on self-image, and it talked all about how what you wear determines your success in life, and it determines, honestly, like everything. It's crazy how much what you wear can really change your life. And they had actually even recommended that we go to a professional image coach, which is a thing, and you have to be licensed to do it, because it really helps people succeed in business and, whatever other areas of life that they're trying to improve in or trying to manifest in, because it does have such strong results.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. In the morning, you can think of it as like a ritual of what you want to embody that day, or what you want to call in that day. You can think about how you want to show up in the world, and what energy you truly want to be carrying throughout the day, and what you want to exude to others. Because we've talked about before, everything is made of energy. Our clothing itself is also made of energy, and the color and everything all has different energy. So what are you wanting to portray out into the world? And, you can use your clothing as a way to manifest. I want to touch back on the color concept a little bit too. So colors are light frequencies. So if you think about the chakras, like they are all associated with a different color, and each color does have a specific meaning because of the vibration that it gives off. So if you want to call in something specific, you can kind of do a little bit of color magic. You can use the colors to help call that in. And you can even if you're working with your chakras, you can wear a color that aligns with that specific chakra if you're wanting to open up that specific energy center. But I think, today I wore more of like a plummy purple, and purple energetically represents like creativity, royalty, wealth, and that's what I wanted to call in today. And even if you have a different meaning for each color, even if it's not aligned with the
societal or traditional view.
Like you were talking about, it can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe you have a different meaning for different colors, but you can use that to your advantage when you're getting ready in the morning.
I love that. Color magic. That is such a thing. And then when I was saying, be intuitive about it, and as you said, like a different color is maybe going to have a different meaning for me than you, or, than you listening, because of what you've like experienced or learned around that color. For example, like different foods or smells being associated with certain colors, or like green in America, we'll think of money, but in other countries, their money's not necessarily green, which is interesting. Also like green is nature. It's earth, and It's abundance.
It's the heart chakra. The color of the heart chakra, it is abundance. It
Mm-hmm.
is. It actually is a color for unconditional love. A lot of times we associate it with pink or red,
Mm-hmm.
but green is also another color for unconditional love.
Yes. And I actually learned today, so green brings serenity and calm to most people,
Mm-hmm.
but it actually takes us less effort to see green than any other color.
That's
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe we see it more because it was
Mm-hmm.
natural for Earth to have greenery.
Yeah.
And then same with obviously blue. You think of water is blue,
Mm-hmm.
the sky is
Mm-hmm.
blue. It's a cool color. It feels cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ice feels cool. You know,
Mm-hmm.
cool feeling things also are usually blue,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting. So, you know, if you're wanting to bring cool and calm into your room or
Mm-hmm.
into your outfit, blue is a color for that. White, they say, is, you know, related with like purity and cleanliness. And they say that if you wear white, that you're more approachable and that you're seen as more outgoing. And then obviously, like, red is a really interesting one because people will relate it to different things.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be like love, or it can be blood. It
Yeah.
can be
passion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It can be passion. It can be danger. It can be warmth, like, or it can be fire.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really interesting. And then I saw another video was talking about how because the colors are different frequencies and they're actually, I believe they reflect the color that we see them to be.
Mm-hmm.
It makes them a different temperature because when the sun is beating down on them, they are attracting a different frequency. And so you are a different temperature. So it can change the way you feel in every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A few more colors, like orange is energy, happiness, vitality. Yellow is also like hope, joy. You know, you think of the sunshine, happiness. The meaning of colors also translate to crystals as well. So even if you think of crystals, like if you're using a green stone, that does usually symbolize or call in money, abundance, wealth, unconditional love, grounding. Like it's all intertwined with all that is, like we always say.
Everything. Really, honestly, though, everything is intertwined with everything. I'm telling you, but no, it really is. The color of things have a meaning. There is a meaning behind everything, and I think it's so fascinating to get to learn.
And even like white, you were talking about like purity. Selenite is known to purify other crystals. It doesn't need an external thing to cleanse it. It cleanses itself.
It cleanses itself. Yeah, it's a cleansing stone. And similarly, same with quartz, you know. But so I was also looking into how they use colors to sell things to us. So like you said earlier, purple can be looked at as more expensive. So they say oftentimes that they'll use purple in product labeling and then sell it to you for more because it has this look of like elegance to it. Same with black. They'll use it for the same thing. Black, they say, is like a power color. It's ambitious. It's the number one most attractive color for men to be wearing. And same with navy blue. Apparently women like men in black and navy blue more than any other color. Red is obviously a really attractive color. It's attention grabbing. And they say that they use red a lot in sale signs to grab people's attention. I also heard today that orange is looked at to be fair. So Home Depot coloring themselves orange is looked at like they have good deals and they're fair pricing. So I just think it's really interesting. And then I guess brown, although it's meant to represent life, love, earth, reliability, honesty, and loyalty, is considered the least attractive color for people to wear. But I love brown, actually.
Yeah. You know, I always think when someone says the color brown, I'm like, brown, but I actually feel the same. I love brown and I love nudes, like just the nudes in general. There's like this new box of crayons that's all nudes and I'm like, oh man, I love that. I wish I could have had that as a kid.
I love the nudes.
Yeah,
Me too.
I love the browns these days.
I do. I think they're so earthy, and I think that the tone of brown that you're wearing can be really different. So like for me, I love like a dark chocolatey brown. I love that. Or even like a burnt orange can be really nice in the fall. And we're always talking about aligning with the universe and dressing different like based on different seasons and, you know, not only what you're going to do today, but how the outside looks and feels today.
Yes. So that's another way that you can incorporate, like when you're getting ready in the morning, if you want to call in like that spring energy, you can wear something with florals. You can wear something that's pastel. That's usually considered for spring. And, you know, fall, we love our oranges and our browns and our yellows. And which is a great way to align with the seasons, but also to call in the energies of the seasons as well. So it's like another form of magic, I think.
I think it is too. So we're going into summer now, and summer is representative of fire and fast paced. And colors that are represented obviously are warm colors like red and orange and yellow, but also green because there's plants growing abundance, and also like bright colors, like think of flowers, you know, and that's going to bring in that same fiery energy of summer and kind of excitement too, I think.
Absolutely. And that's so interesting with like fashion trends and the color trends and the color of the year. Usually they do kind of align with the seasons and stuff. I know for this summer, the fuchsias and the bright oranges, they're super trendy, and it makes sense because it's just a super happy, bright, summery color.
I've seen a lot of that kind of highlighter green color lately
Yeah,
too.
that too.
That's definitely a color of the season, but it does make sense. And I also feel so like good when I'm aligned with how it feels outside. I'm aligned with the seasons. It feels really empowering to do that, I think.
Yeah, and I do feel like as it turns from fall to winter and stuff, everyone is more geared towards wearing like the darker colors, the blacks, and you know, like we're getting ready to be bundled and we're not as like high energy and excited, and I think our clothes reflect that. But if you are in the middle of winter and you're feeling like you're in a funk and you want to invite some of that summery energy, and you can wear a color that does align with that. So you could throw on some yellow and invite in that like joy, that sunshine, abundant-y, happy color, or whatever it is that you're wanting to call in the winter.
I knew you were going to say that. And colors are also mood changing. Like it's proven that if you say are in a room that you hate the color, you'll be in a worse mood. Or if you're around somebody who's wearing a color you hate and you're looking at it, it could actually put you in a worse mood. But also vice versa. If you're feeling like outside is looking really gray and dark, you can brighten up your day. Put some pink lipstick on. We're going to do a whole episode on makeup as well, because it has a lot of the same concepts intertwined. Of course, everything's intertwined. As far as like, I think we always hear that statement, dress for success. I love thinking about that when I'm going to do like a certain event or something. Like I do makeup artistry as well, and I dress like a makeup artist when I go to do that, because it helps me embody being that person and being successful at that and looking the part. Whereas if you're going for like a job interview, honestly, no matter where you're interviewing, I think that you should dress to impress, because it shows the level of effort that you're willing to put in. Absolutely. And that definitely expands to your work ethic. Same with like, obviously, like if you're going to do a speech or if you're going on a date, like you want to think about how you want to feel and what you want to be spreading to those people in order to make the situation best possible case scenario, in order to manifest the results that you desire to achieve through that circumstance. What you wear is going to help you do that.
Or even if you do not have the job interview yet, or you don't have the job yet, or you don't have the speech yet, dressing as if you already are the person that has that is a great way to manifest that scenario, because you're going to begin to embody those feelings of that person who does have that. And that's actually one thing I wanted to talk about. So one of my most favorite books ever is Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you're watching, you can see it's very loved and whatnot. But he talks a lot about embracing the emotions now of the person that you want to be, or that you the life that you want to have. So when you are embodying this person now, this future person of you, if you're embodying that energy, you're biologically aligning your body with your future in the present moment. You are that person, because when your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between dreams and reality. So if you're thinking and believing and walking around as if you are this person that has X, Y, and Z, you're energetically going to align with that. And clothes is a great way to do that, because the clothing itself, it truly does help you embody whatever it is that you're wanting to embody. Like it's just a great start towards becoming the person that you want to be.
When you feel like that person, you become that person because you act like that person, and that's what creates the reality. So I think so many people have a tendency to be like, manifestation isn't real and stuff, but it's very logical. When you feel, you act, and you create. Mm-hmm. That's how this world works. Mm-hmm. So yes, when you dress like that person, it makes you feel like that person, it makes you act like that person, and then you become that person. Mm-hmm. That's the key to quantum leaping. That's the key to manifestation. That's the key to creating whatever desire that you want, is feeling as though it is already, because that aligns your frequency with the energetic makeup of the desire manifested in your reality.
Yes. I it's beautifully said. I love it. I don't even know how to respond. I just love it.
Yes. We dress differently all the time based on what we're going to do today. I think it's so fun to play with that and use dressing as a creative thing, because when you have a uniform that you have to wear every single day, that becomes your personality. So a lot of people will have a tendency to wear a certain outfit. Like I know somebody who would wear a sweater and turtleneck every single day for years, and that became like who they were, and they were not stepping out of the box. And I think it's so fun to play with fashion and to feel like a different person once in a while, especially if you are desiring to have like a quantum leap or to manifest something big and different in your life. You have to act different to create different. So to allow your outfits to portray different versions of you is like a hack to quantum leaping.
And it can also kind of have the opposite effect if you don't want to put effort into what you're dressing or what you're wearing, or you don't want to be noticed, so you wear things that kind of make you feel or look invisible, and so people don't notice you. That starts to reflect on the inside as well. You kind of you start to feel invisible, and you start to maybe not have the opportunities that you want to have, and maybe it's because you're not truly expressing yourself, so that you lose sight of who you are, because you're not taking the time and effort to express yourself or align with who you really are. I mean, you just kind of fade off. You just get lost.
Yes, you said fade, and I thought, oh my gosh, what a representation of clothes fading, because I think that in caring about how you look, that is a form of self-love. Like that is caring about yourself, because that's tending to how you feel. So if you stop caring about taking care of yourself and you stop caring about how you look and feel, your body and your whole life will reflect that. And it fades with the color of your clothes even.
Yeah. And it's like a rainbow. You see like this big, beautiful, vibrant rainbow. And then like when the sun starts to come out, it kind of like fades off. And you kind of become like in the background and kind of fade off, because you're not like aligned with you.
Yourself. Yeah. And I think that's another really interesting point, because in the past I've thought about in dating, and even friendships, I'm so much more attracted to people who dress well, and I'm attracted to the way that they dress and the colors that they wear, and whether if somebody is wearing like new really nice clothes all the time, like I notice and I think it's attractive. And I think that the reason for that is because they feel attractive and because they care about themselves, and in caring about yourself and valuing how you feel and what you look like, you are aligning to the feeling of being valuable.
Yeah, I can see that in a sense. I can also see it in a different direction where, you know, if you're always wearing new things and, you know, you have to, I kind of see it as a way of like trying to impress others instead of yourself. I think that you don't have to be wearing nice brand new things all the time. I think to me, it's more about being true to yourself and like what you truly feel good in. So you don't have to wear like the fanciest, nicest, newest things, because maybe that doesn't align with you. Like maybe your lifestyle is a little bit more rugged, so you wear things that are a little more rugged, but because it makes sense in your life and that's what you feel good in. So I can see that in a little bit different light as well, but you can tell based off their energy, like what
it really is. Yeah, that's such a good point. I do completely agree with that too. And I don't wear brand new clothes all the time. I was just thinking of other people and what seems attractive to me, which is interesting. But I guess it isn't new. That was just an example. But you can tell when somebody cares about
Yeah,
themselves
you can.
and like when they care about what they look like. And you can feel when it's whether they care about themselves and they're authentically aligned with what they want to feel like and portray, or if it's that they care about what other people think.
Yeah. Like if and that can stem from like insecurity and wanting to prove their worthiness and stuff too. So, yeah.
I think it's really interesting too how you said if you are, kind of wearing the same thing all the time and not allowing yourself to express yourself, that you'll kind of fade, right? And the opposite is true. So I have also felt at times like I will want to dress up like really a lot, like more than is maybe socially acceptable or the social norm. And then even though my heart wants to do it, I might not do it because I don't want to be looked at funny or stared at and stuff. I think that I've grown from that. Now I literally wear whatever I want every day, whether that sometimes it is like cute sweats and sneakers, or sometimes it is heels and a blazer, or sometimes it's a Victorian dress. But whatever it is, if I feel good wearing it, then I feel like I'm authentic and I'm happy and I feel comfortable in it.
And I think that maybe that has like a negative viewpoint from some people because they don't do the same themselves. They're afraid to fully express or embody, or they don't know how to fully express or embody who they are or what they want to wear.
Or maybe want the approval of, they want everyone to like them. So then if they have been judged for wearing something, they might judge others for wearing it.
For sure. Yeah. So I think it's so special and magical to show up in the world, no matter what other people think, but fully embodying yourself, no matter what that might be. So, and clothes is like such a major way that we do that, because that's how we perceive people based off how they look. We might not want to say that we do, we might, whatever, but the reality is like we judge people based off how they look when we first meet them, because we have nothing else to go off of. So if you are, even if you're not wearing the nicest stuff, if you are wearing something that you love, you are going to have a specific energy about you that kind of draws those people in, and that they're like, wow. And maybe that will inspire other people to do the same as well. And I also find that when I do dress how I want to, and sometimes I do leave the house, like lately, if it's like cold outside, I'll leave in like sweatpants, a cute pair of shoes, and just like a really oversized cute jacket that I love. And I go out and I get like multiple compliments from people, and it's because I feel so comfy and happy in what I'm wearing, and I don't really care that I'm not dressed super nice, but I feel so good in it, and then I end up getting a bunch of compliments, and I'm like,
yes, yes. Again, how you feel matters more than anything. That's and I mean, when I feel good about my outfit, even if it, like, no matter what it is, if I feel good in it, that I'm more likely to be smiling at people and being happy and kind. Like it really changes everything.
And that does go back to like, how you are showing up in the world, based off of how you're feeling, that calls in different experiences. So if you are feeling good and happy, maybe it's because of what you're wearing, you're going to get better responses from people. You're going to get potentially better service. You're potentially like it's just going to ripple effect into your reality, which I think is really cool. I also think, kind of moving on to a separate topic, but still related to clothing, kind of thinking about our closets and, the clothes that we have in our closets, and the fact that clothing does hold on to energy. We did talk about this a little bit in our spring episode, but if you have a bunch of clothes that are just sitting in your closet that you're not wearing and that you don't love, it's just kind of holding that space in your closet. It's holding that energetic space in your life. And, there may be people out there who might really value those clothes or have kind of find a new love for them. So I think it's really important to go through your closet and get rid of those clothing pieces that are no longer serving you, that don't make you feel your best. And, I always recommend donating them, or maybe you have family members that could use them or would love them. But I just think it's really important to make sure you are letting go of those things as well that are just not aligning with you anymore.
Yeah, that's so true. If your clothes no longer bring you joy, that's when it's time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And I think I had mentioned in the spring episode, I was watching this lady who's a professional cleaner on Netflix one day, and she said that you should thank them for like the energy that you shared with them and then get rid of them. Because I know we all kind of hold on to sometimes sentimental value within clothes, you know, because of memories that you might have made with them on. But if they no longer bring you joy, you got to let them go. Make space for new.
Right. And a lot of things, they're going to carry the energy of what you wore them for. So if you have something that you wore to a funeral, you're going to have that energy sitting in your closet. If you have something that you wore to your wedding, that's going to, like your wedding dress, like that carries that energy. So I think being mindful about what energy your clothes is carrying as well, even though they're just hanging out there, that's kind of a symbol of something that you're also holding on to inside. So I don't know. I think it's just another way to be mindful about the energy that you're having around you.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So I was watching a video from Teal Swan the other day, and she asked 3 questions. So get out a pen and paper, and you can't change your answers. And at the end, I will tell you what they mean. And she did say in the video that you should do this with other people. So we're doing it. So the first question is, what is your favorite color? And you have to give 3 reasons as to why. And the reasons have to be like deep, meaningful reasons. They can't be surface level. They have to be deep meanings as to why your favorite color is your favorite color. And I thought that was perfect for today's episode. So write those down, click pause, and then come back. The second question is, what is your favorite animal? And you have to choose one. I didn't choose one, so my answers are hilarious. Again, you have to give 3 reasons, deep, meaningful reasons as to why this is your favorite animal. Pause and come back. And the third question is, what is your favorite kind of water? So it can be like precipitation, like rain. It can be lakes, rivers, ponds, whatever it is. You have to give 3 reasons why that is your favorite kind of water. And it has to be deep and meaningful. All right. So after you've done that, the first answer, what your favorite color is your view of your personality. I'll share my answers because they're interesting. So my first one was black was my favorite color. I said it feels empowering. It feels magical to me. And I feel like I am more attractive when I wear black. And I also thought that, and I've always said like the reason that black is my favorite color is because it includes all of the colors within it. So that's my view of my personality. The second one is your view of your perfect mate. So I said I don't have a favorite animal because I love them all. And then I wrote / unicorns because they're Scotland's national animal. So then I said the reasons were because I love them all. They're all beautiful and they're all magical. That's my view of my perfect mate. They're from Scotland and they're magical. And then the third for me, I said Scottish rain. And this is your view of your sexuality. So I wrote that it was cleansing, relaxing, and feels and smells like home and fresh.
It works.
It worked out. But I thought that was a fun little exercise and interesting because you can kind of read somebody's subconscious by asking those simple questions.
Yeah, and it's introspective too.
Yeah. So
super fun.
Have fun asking your friends that. And then we've been pulling a tarot card.
We'll leave you with a message for anyone who's watching. This is meant for you. So this is another witchy deck. So it's the Modern Witch Tarot. This is what it looks like if you're interested.
Ooh. 9 of Cups.
All right. So she kind of looks really sassy.
She has somewhat of a smile on her face. She's got her arms and legs crossed, so that shows that she's closed off. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like I really like her outfit, so it's fitting. It's fitting. She looks confident. She's got heels and jewelry and nice makeup on. The cards, as well as the curtain behind her, are both this kind of teal blue, which is meant to be a calming color. And the cups themselves are pink, which I think could represent love. Usually cups it's hearts, so it's representative of that. And then there's this orangey yellow color on the top that really looks like the sun.
Okay, so the cups represent water, inner experience, relationships, and imagination. And the message for the Nine of Cups is treat yourself. You've been killing it lately, and you deserve a nice reward after your success and accomplishments. Throw a party, buy yourself something nice, have a spa day. Do something you want to, only for you. Show yourself the love you deserve. It's very Taurus-y.
It is perfect for this season. So go buy yourself a nice outfit.
You can buy yourself flowers. With that, we will finish up today's episode. Thank you so much for listening and raising the frequency with us. As always, we really appreciate you, and we love this little community that we are building, and we couldn't do it without you.
Love you. Bye.